could be an interesting time for them if they manage to screw this one up. So we'll find out exactly how it's going to play out right now. Big going to be starting on the T side with FaZe on the CT side. We're on Dust 2 to begin with here, the grand finals. And Rain already, wow, he's bold. He's going to try and challenge the smoke while taking the fight. Everyone is there for him. Man, it would have been cool if it had worked, but a little bit of a fantasy there for Rain.
Little bit of a fantasy, not entirely. Flashbang up in the sky. Big's not going to slow down whatsoever. Moving into the A bomb site. Oh, Brokey's got the kill out towards long. That's huge. That gives Kerrigan safety. And actually, Brokey can start rotating back now. And Big, ooh, they're stopped cold. They're definitely stopped now that Brokey's got another headshot, but a couple of gushes onto these A defenders. And Big is getting a little bit of safety for this plant.
Just a bit. Oh, Tabson, though, is going to be cold and no bomb plant happening yet. Searson's going to be found, and Crimbo goes down last. Some great, well, it's not even a retake, but just a great defense of the bomb site there for FaZe with nice headshots to start the whole thing with. So they're going to win the pistol.
Yeah, they got stopped cold. That's crazy. I thought 4 players streaming off Catwalk would have been massive. I think perhaps that long flank might have been a little early considering they got the kill on Catwalk, but that long player, he might have thought that Brokey was going to fall back a little bit earlier. That little battle of when to lurk out long is always so down to timing and so down to how you're reading when that player rotates, and I think just misread there a little bit. Rain is going to push up in middle, and he's going to get dropped by a whole plethora of Glocks.
Yeah, he's like, you know what, it didn't work in the pistol round. It's bound to work next time, except it didn't. But, you know, still, I appreciate it. Trying to make it a quick round, and the rest of his team will be there to clean it up. So it's not really a big deal, ultimately. They managed to do just fine. Losing MP9, don't know if they care that much. And it's going to be a buy into this one. Searson with an AWP, no armor. I'd say that's well worth it.
Yeah, well worth it. Let's see where it goes. Especially considering how well he played, as you mentioned on Inferno the other day. Was an absolute beast on the CT side, especially. Gonna peek down mid, sees absolutely nothing. 4 players for FaZe to start off at the A bomb site. Double Molotov in the long doors to make sure nobody from Big can come out. They want to establish early domination of long A.
Oh, he saw that gun barrel.
Just the tip, baby. We love that game.
Yeah, gotta be careful, you know. Once that's out, anything can happen. Rain, deep nade, not gonna do too much. Good bit of info caught there. I mean, that's the kind of thing, if you walk out into lower dark like that and you might not be ready for it, maybe you are gonna be surprised. Tossing up more nades for Rain to throw if he wants to, but this is a dangerous game. Yeah, he nearly gets caught. Tabson with the right read, and look at how much map control he's taking behind it.
Oh, this is so cool. I love that. Seeing the grenade get passed up and you're like, all right, game on. I know exactly what defense I'm working with. What a great play from Tabson. And 5v5 post-plant, no damage really been taken by either team whatsoever. A clean take of the bomb site. And FaZe have a really tough decision to make.
Yeah, they definitely do. Nobody wants to save with everyone alive, but at the same time, you got to be real careful here. Keto already taking down Rain, and another couple of good kills coming in here. Searson, oh, he gets the headshot on Twist as well. And this is going to be shut down. Brokey hanging around CT spawn. I can't even really escape at this point. And they're going to jump him. Did he go for the reload in the middle of the fight? I think he might have. Regardless, it's a good round for Big.
Oh, what a god-tier decision making from Tabson as the in-game leader as well. Just hustling into the bomb site. Gets 0 kills, but probably wins that round just by the play he makes overall. That's actually so awesome.
Just don't need that much info sometimes to make a big play with. And this one was just about creating the space there behind him. That is huge. Okay.
Ooh.
Twist to start this round with. Defeating Searson in the middle with a scout, no less. Searson's going to take that personal. You better believe.
You have to imagine. Yeah, he Twist gets it right back for them from Searson ripping his head off in the previous round. One thing we saw that Astralis fell prey to yesterday in the semifinals against FaZe was the fact that FaZe is just so good at winning rounds like this with, like, you know, Deagle mixed in a scout and some FAMAS, you know, these lower buys, even buys that are potentially weaker than this one moving down the road. They threw a couple of those at Astralis they were able to overcome, and it really stopped Astralis' momentum. So Big, got to be careful. Even in a 4-on-5, kind of have some advantages still to work with in terms of weaponry, obviously, in terms of the amount of nades they have. So this round is really recoverable, and these are the rounds you kind of have to be able to build on FaZe if you want to take them out in the grand final. Oh, peace.
You've absolutely...
Molotov's still on fire as well.
Yeah, I don't know how that happens, but they'll take it. Nice shot. Brokey blind one through there, but They've got a couple of more people still at the bomb site. Down at long as well. Rain could be maybe moving in. What a flashbang, but actually it's a friendly flashbang. That's a little bit unfortunate. I thought that might have been from the CT side, but it looked like it was Tabson throwing that one. So 2 versus 3 for the afterplant, and one of them that AWP on Tabson. He's going to use that Molotov early behind him to try and make sure that he can focus on this part of the map. Robs will go down. Tabson not worried about his back. Maybe now he's going to start to worry a little bit more, and Tizian is still on top of that box, looking for anyone to flank him. Nice shot from Tabson, and that should shut it down here. Twist, he did a lot to open up the round, and it felt like a round that FaZe could have won, but what a recovery from Big.
Yeah, great recovery. I think that was a 3v5 on one point as well. Good job getting into the bomb site, and not enough resources for FaZe. No nades to initiate the retake of the bomb site. So Tabson picks up the op, grabs a nice double kill, his first 2 kills of the grand finals. And we're all tied up at 2.
That's very well played. Yeah, these are some good shots, but still does some damage, I guess, to the big side economy. They might be able to recover from that in this round coming up. Going to be rushing straight into the B bomb site. Only one person at the back, and against the MAC-10, there's not much Robs could really do. Taking care to smoke off the door as well, making sure that there's... Oh, actually, look at Keto. Flashed out. Yeah, they want to go for it here. Feeling confident. Carrigan with a nice running headshot, but ultimately, it's going to be around for Big. No problem. There we go.
There we go. I like it. Feeling good. M4's picked up. Going to be a cool conversation, you know, moving forward in these next few events. Well, obviously, I mean, maybe this one in Cologne, I guess, really the only 2 that we have access to with the new changes to the M4, just tracking who's switching back to the M4A4, who's sticking to the M4A1, because Rain still has the silencer. I think everyone else on the FaZe team has switched over to the old school M4. Except for Brokey.
Except
Brokey
for
and Rain.
Brokey. Yeah, got a couple of hangers on, but we'll see. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of conversation around that coming up for the next couple of weeks. Exactly what are the pros and cons now that it's been some minor changes. Normal setup here for the FaZe side, but they are missing a lot in middle, so that's where the weakness is. And Keto is trying to find that out. Flashbang to take a little bit peek. He's not sensed anything coming back. He's not heard anything. Rain has started to make his way in there, but for a minute, if they wanted to go for an out-of-the-spawn call for a B split, that would have been really sick. But again, the problem is knowing it. Oh, yeah, he saw that. Searson, a little bit of an opening kill to take down Rob. It's a good start. And
that's a really cool
hurry.
That's a really cool play as well to get your AWPer involved in the action early on. Flashbang over to force anyone off the angle and give him a deep shot towards back platform. And again, if you would have seen the match yesterday in the semifinals, Rop's playing in the back platform position quite a bit on Dust 2. Kerrigan takes some liberties out long A, and he's got 2 players in mid. They're going to help stop this attack and make this flank oh so impactful. They must move forward, but Kerrigan is there at the perfect moment. That's the bomb dropped as well. 2 versus 3, and they must recover the bomb.
Yeah, and Rain now comes in for another backstab, just as Tizian was trying to look behind him, so really impressive. 1 versus 3. The timing for that long push just absolutely destroying Big in this round. And there's nothing he can actually do here, Crimbo. Even just looking at the clock, it's about 20 seconds when he's in that 1 versus 3. So nothing to do. What an amazing piece of timing. And that ties it back up 3-3 with FaZe back in the action after a little bit of a break. And look at the money here on Big. They have enough, I think, to put together something. But the problem is, again, that previous round where Twist went wild with the scout, that really cost them a lot.
Yeah, it's hurt them. It's really caused some pain in the wallets. Also, this round as well, it seemed like it was actually going to go in the favor of Big. What a timely flank from Kerrigan. That was the perfect play because Big had a lot of advantages. 3-3 into round number 7. Money hurting on both sides. Big round in terms of who's going to control the economy moving forward into the middle stages of this half. Tizian's behind the long smoke, playing a dangerous game with Kerrigan and Rain outside the double doors. Big taking control of lower dark as well, using Molotovs to ensure that nobody is pushed up. Again, something that we saw FaZe doing quite frequently against Astralis.
Yeah, they're going to be ready for it if anyone else wants to try that mid-aggression. Got quite a big setup. It looks like they're sneaking their way through. Ooh, if they get the opening here, that's a nice grenade on top, but they're going to push in front of it. They don't even care. Robson Twist, that is some great awareness. Sometimes when you throw a smoke on the defensive side like that, you just throw it and forget about it. You think that's it. That's basically a wall. We're just going to ignore it. And if they'd done that here, they would have absolutely been wrecked in the B bomb site. So they kept looking. They kept having their eye on that opening into B. And that makes all the difference in the world. Keto and Searson now 2 versus 5.
2 versus 5. I don't think there's really anything left to do here. You can see they're already lined up for the save. So this round is just going to kind of fizzle out. These will be the only weapons that Big is able to bring forward into the next round, and all that remains to be seen then is if they're going to buy some Deagles, some Tech 9s around it, if they just want to let these 2 weapons try and do all of God's work for them. FaZe, meanwhile, back to their winning ways. 2 in a row for the FaZe side.
Yeah, this is a good early recovery and not letting Big build up any kind of crazy momentum, which is definitely important. A little bit unfortunate that Searson gets to save the AWP, because that's obviously one of the super weapons that they have on that side. But ultimately, I think FaZe are all right with how this is playing out. Yeah, I'm glad to see them stick around to watch that one. You see it with Molotovs too sometimes. You know, people throw the Molotov and then they just keep running with the knife out or something, and they get caught by someone comes charging through. So, yeah, no one seems to be slow to wake up today. We've had a couple of the matches earlier throughout the playoffs where had a couple of teams that really seemed to take almost a whole map before they started to really get into the swing of things. So good to see both teams ready for the grand final.
Searson again peering into the bomb site. Or at least the platform. Going to eat some nade damage. He won't care about that too much. And he's going to step up. He's going to step up for the action. They want Searson to open the roundup. Almost had a chance. Rops jumped over. Got to be careful. Flashbang. Team flash right in his eyeballs. Twist is up top in the window, and that's going to shut everything down. And Searson was the first one to grab an angle and didn't even get to see any action.
Yeah, just some huge mistimings. Like you said, right after the jump, and then the flash to set it all up. And once again, they try for that bomb site and get denied. They got a little bit further in this time. I mean, they get close to the action, but not close enough at the end. So, Keto and Searson now, 2 versus 5. And again, some damage. I mean, last time FaZe didn't really go hunting, and maybe they don't have to. They have a little bit more money in the bank this time. But saving the guns, I guess it's a nice little thing to look back on. But at the same time, if FaZe get to live with 5 people alive, maybe they'll just take that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think at this point, I think maybe after this round of saving, FaZe will start hunting down moving forward. And, you know, Searson with an op without any utility is no big deal. Keto can buy 1 flashbang, so they're not going to be missing out on a whole lot with this kind of a save. But yeah, I mean, FaZe is absolutely loving this. That's kind of the dangerous game that Big is playing here, allowing these 2 rounds to just kind of peter out by time. It's a lot of money building up on the FaZe side of things, and all of a sudden you're sitting in a world where you're going to have to win 2 to 3 rounds straight against the best team in the world in order to break their economy. So challenge is going to increase exponentially here for Big moving forward into round number 9.
Yeah, it really will. Good recovery. Good run. Twist of almost 8,000 in the bank right now. So yeah, you're right. They're probably going to start hunting a little bit more with that kind of investment behind them. Still want to see Searson. I mean, I think that it's hard to even argue with sending Searson into the B bomb site to try and open it up. We've already seen he can hit the shots. We know that he's been playing really well throughout the tournament, so it's not such a bad call. But if it keeps on not working, eventually they'll have to find something else outside of that B bomb site. Send Searson somewhere else if you want to.
Yeah, wherever he wants to go. It would be great to have a mid pick right about now. It'd be great to have a mid pick basically whenever he feels like it.
I mean, honestly, the way he's been playing throughout the tournament, I wouldn't even put it past him. He's been hitting those shots all over the place. So,
do you keep your event badges? Kerrigan had all of his event badges wrapped around that Batman mask.
Yeah, I do. A couple of times so far, my wife has said, "Why? What is even the purpose of doing this?" And I don't really have a good answer for it. It just feels like the right thing to do, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, I have a box basically full of them.
Yeah.
For like 10 years now, almost. It's ridiculous.
Searson peeking down mid, not going to see anything. He was actually not even peeking to the double doors. He's just looking to spot if he can see someone moving into lower dark. You could see kind of some of the ideas that Big have had in their game plan coming into this map. A lot of attention towards lower dark, making sure they can negate any kind of aggression there. They've tried to activate Searson twice in upper dark to get a pick into the B bomb site. It's worked once, although in a losing round. Here we go again. Clearing mid early with a Molotov. Left side mid smoke to prevent the glimpse, the vision from the B window. But nobody from Big utilizing it just yet.
Let's see what kind of smoke Tamsin's going to be setting up here. Assuming it's for that half wall if he's going to be on it. So Brokey a little bit further back. Yeah, there it comes. That's pretty cool. They're going to be able to move fast behind it too if they want to. You could see there was an attempt to try and gain some space to open up towards the bomb side. And now they're putting on even more pressure. Brokey's going to be careful. There's no Molotov. Or there is one on Tamsin, but he's just so far away. Otherwise, they might have been able to put some pressure on Brokey. But they've called off the attack. They've left one player up there, which is this is a wild strategy. I'm not even sure if this is improvised. It feels like it can't be part of the plan. Keto has got into such a huge position up there, and now the rest of them are running up to the B bomb site. They're going to take down Robs on the scaffolding and twist inside of it. And on the other side, yeah, no one is going to realize that Keto was there. He definitely had a free kill on that first player, and that is an insane round out of Big.
I tell you what, I think that was entirely planned. I think that was planned from start to finish. I don't think that was improvised whatsoever. That is just, in my mind, that looked like a well-executed round.
Damn, I only say that because it's so sick if it is. Like, it's just, it's almost too much to ask for, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, the mid utility to make sure the B defense is going to be hunkered down into the bomb site, and then you have the A execute with taps and smoke from far back to make it look like more people are going to be committed to the A bomb site as well, and then you immediately drop down towards middle. You're hoping you're going to catch someone peering up towards A from the car, from the ramp. I think that was just a really well-constructed round. Good pick early on from Searson. That's Rups going down in middle, trying to make his aggression work. They've been looking for that a number of times. Good to see them rewarded.
Yeah, nicely done. Rops, you could see he tried to get the flick in. He had a little bit of time. Rain flashed into it. Classic setup. And he is so ready for more. We've had a couple of good maps already from Rain throughout the tournament. So, big source for FaZe if he can start to pick up the speed early on here. Twist, not really committed to the bomb site defense. Just wants a single kill. And why not? If he gets one, then it's, well, he can't get away. But otherwise, you know, an easy 2 versus 4 for them to win. Still looking good, though. Tizian. A minute in a 1 versus 3. And the bomb is committed to it. And he's very, very low. Yeah, Brokey's so confident. That's a general thing, I think, for Brokey these days. His level of confidence in taking any fights is just off the charts, which I think is amazing.
Yeah, he's got some swagger to his gameplay, doesn't he? Like, and even if he's having a bad game, you can still see he's fully confident in some of the crazy aggressive peaks he takes. This is twice now Searson's been able to get the opening pick onto Rop specifically, and then the round falls away and slips out of Big's control. He got that pick into the B bomb site earlier on that ended in a round loss, and now this pick down middle as well. That's got to be frustrating for the Opper. Eagles out for the Big side of things. Again, double Molotovs for FaZe outside at long.
Yeah, running out of cash does put a little bit of an end to the fun, at least for now. Round number 11. And it's not like FaZe have been hyper aggressive, and they were in the beginning with Rain, obviously, and they had a couple of rounds where they got flashed into that catwalk position, but otherwise they're playing it a little bit cool right now. We're not seeing the dives into lower dark or the pushes from B into upper dark yet. So they're a little bit confident right now, FaZe, in their default setup and just trust that it's going to work out. And, I mean, they're not wrong about it either, the way this has been playing out. Although that is a nice shot from Tabson.
Keto's going to go down. Ooh, that smoke might give it away. Rops falls. Good headshot. Rops never saw it coming. And now that gets a little chaotic, but Twist is there to pick up the pieces in middle, holds them back, and it's just Keto and Searson. And without the bomb inside the B bomb site, there's no reason for FaZe to try and attempt this retake. So actually, kind of cool, I think, what Searson is trying to do. Go to the A bomb site, figure you have a 1v1. You know, Twist is in mid. You know, Brokey now is over at the B bomb site. So if you can just find Rain, it's a big ask, I know, and Rain's going to win out the fight. 7-4.
Yeah, but there was an attempt there. Couple of rounds now, really, with actually, what, the last 5 rounds the FaZe have won, there's been no bomb plant at all. So that's a little bit interesting, too. Big are definitely missing out on some of that extra cash, which it all adds up throughout, especially now that we're getting to the end of the first half. It's something that really will make a difference. I look forward to seeing more from Brokey on that AWP. There's a lot of good reasons why it's enjoyable to watch FaZe play these days, but Brokey is definitely one of them.
Yeah, certainly. All right, big change in the pace. Gonna stroll, I should say, out middle. That's a CT smoke, and they don't care whatsoever. Flashbangs towards Catwalk. Nobody's got eyes on mid, except for Twist. He gets there at the perfect moment, and he's perfect in his double kill. All on Rops at Car, but Keto's dispatched him as well. Great pacing for Big in this round. Has completely fooled the FaZe defense. They've got into the B-bomb site, but it's still going to be difficult. 2 versus 3. But they do have 2 Molotovs to work with. An extra smoke for Crimbo after the bomb goes down for double doors.
Yeah, and if not for Keto, this isn't even a round. This is just because of his double kill. I don't think they even have a chance otherwise, so... Looks like FaZe might want to try and go for this retake. I suggest, you know, the 2000 DPI seizure attack in through the window. That was a huge thing yesterday. Carrigan showing up on that one. But instead, he's going to come running through the smoke, trying to find the opening. It's Keto. More shots coming through, and oh, he gets the ace stolen at the end. But what a round out of Big. 5-7. They needed that one desperately.
What a pair of entrances into the B bomb site. Unfortunately for Twist, he got 2 kills out middle, but there was no way he was going to spin around and be prepared for Keto. This was great from Twist, but this was even better from Keto. That one, and right here, precision onto Rops. Smoke down in the doors to allow his teammate in, and a perfect hold in the post plant. Big's playing pretty darn good right now. 5-7, they're just 2 rounds back. And finally, they've gotten control, the advantage in the economy.
That was a huge one. That sets the stage up kind of nicely for Big at the end here to get... At least try and get a couple of more rounds, right? 5, I think, is a little bit on the low end for the T side right now. So, yeah, if they can set themselves up with the economy to keep going, that's going to be a huge thing. Yeah, and spam that chat. Try and see if you can win one of these PCs that we're giving away. That is... that'd be a nice little thing. Well, it's the grand final, so now's your time to do it as well. And we'll see. Keto right now is 14-7. He's having himself an amazing game in the first half already. Tied with Twist for top frags on the other side.
Yeah, you know, a lot of that coming in the previous round. He got those 4 kills. But certainly he's a heavy hitter. You can see there on the screen as well, if you'd like to win one of the 5 new gaming rigs, you can obviously do that by doing what you do best, which is spamming Twitch chat.
They do love that, whether we tell them to or not. That's something we can always count on, really. You
love that too. You really enjoy the Twitch chat experience.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I think it's like an underrated thing, you know. I'm just saying it takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you
buy in,
yeah, it's there, you know. It's like with anything, Jason. You know, you want to start trying to drink a little bit of wine or something, like get a taste for it, right? It's not going to be great at the beginning, but you learn to love it.
Okay, sure.
Did I sell it? Did I sell Twitch chat to you yet? You win?
No, wine was a curious example, but I understand where you were going with it.
Had to think quick, and it's not my strength, so.
It's just a funny thing coming from a man who does not drink wine.
Yeah, that's true. Can only...
Yeah, gotcha there.
I can't both have, you know, I can't be both abusing wine and Twitch chat at the same time. Like, one of those things has got to be enough, you know?
Yeah, that creates issues. Only a USB to defend along, and that ain't going to work, obviously. Molotov in just to be extra sure they aren't going to be tricked out by a bait setup at the long pit. Ooh, and even Searson gave up the angle watching for this push up mid, but still, just a USP.
Okay. Moment here. If he could get baited into it, maybe Brokey could find a bit of a surprise hit, but I think they know, yeah, they have the right idea. They're going to go check everything. Good work on Keto to make absolutely sure they weren't going to get surprised. And he's going to keep on killing. Double kill for him in this round, up to 16, leaving Twist on his own. So Big are going to get to 6 rounds, which, I don't know. That's going to be a little bit of a sigh of relief, because it looked like FaZe were about to get all the way powered up in this first half, but now they've been cooled off a little bit, and we could have a very even end to this first half.
Yeah, we very much could. What a great game Keto's putting together. Twist is the last one left for FaZe. Nothing to do here in round 13. Plenty of money on the FaZe side of things for this next follow-up round. Rain will be able to drop an AWP over to Brokey. He'll trade him for an M4. Kerrigan's the only one kind of relegated a little bit back. He's still going to have the M4, but only a single flashbang to work with. I think utility dropped over from a teammate. So a pair of strong buys between these two teams as the first half comes to a close.
Nice little drop finish to the round there. Straight headshot. Ooh, he's close to it. Every time Sisson sets up or something like that, I keep thinking he's going to be able to do it. It just looks like he's always capable. But yeah, otherwise, a common start to this round. Nothing out of the ordinary yet. Sisson hoping that someone's going to challenge him on the other side. We got Brokey down there, so he is looking for anyone to push through, which they've tried a couple of times on the big side, usually with the flash to set it up. So can he get the timing down? He's expecting for someone to challenge it, actually, still, even in spite of the hinge smoke.
Yeah, just doesn't want to get caught off guard. I wonder, he's not budging even with the standard nades for catwalk control. Neither is the long defense, unfortunately, for big, because they're going to send all their bodies into this point of attack, and Kerrigan and Rain are still here holding down the fort.
Yeah, up close and personal with that M4A4. A lot of bullets, but only the one kill. Did some great damage on the Crimbo on top of it. And are they going to check this pit? Unlikely. Oh, what a jump from Crimbo. That is so important. Otherwise, they might have lost the round already. If that goes unchecked, Rain just has to step it up, and he's going to line them up for a shot here. Brokey, blind guesses through, and they're going to give up on the round. That is such an important... I mean, the first kill on Kerrigan is great to open up long with, but the fact that he jumps to check pit is huge.
Yeah, and they were so cognizant of that as well in the previous round. So, I mean, this is a big team that's not letting any of the details slip away. A really well put together half out of big so far. Especially going into the main portion of that defense, the double long hold only nets them one kill, 2 for 1. 2 dinks as well, or massive damage on a Tizian and Crimbo, but another completed kill doesn't allow anyone from FaZe to rotate over. I think now, if you're big as well, there's one round left in the half. Go hunt. I'm actually kind of surprised they're not being nearly as ruthless as they probably should be. It doesn't matter if you lose everything that you have because you've got all the money to replenish it for the final round.
Yeah, that's a good point. I kind of wonder if maybe they lost track of where we are in the half a little bit too.
Yeah, I think they probably caught on to it a little too late to make the call, to make it happen. But a missed opportunity, perhaps.
It can happen. But tying it all up. Yeah, Brokey got one right at the end, but this is what it comes down to. And look what they have to fight with here, FaZe. Couple of FAMAS. Nades are a little bit limited, especially on Brokey and Rob's there. But they have something to fight with, and I think for FaZe, they'd love to try and just get this last round and feel like Big just didn't take over the second part of the first half here, because that's what it's really been. They've started to make it back, and a little bit scary, perhaps. Rain up here. No one to throw any flashes for him this time, and Brokey was waiting most of the last round for someone to peek him, and that never really happened. Now he's going to be a little bit more aggressive to try and take an angle, while the rest of them on the big side are going to be clearing out catwalk. Ooh, and now there is a little bit of a double setup, so I wonder if there could be a flash setup for it. He's certainly thinking about it. There it is. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Searson not flashed and getting the kill on Rain. That would have been a huge flash otherwise.
Yeah, interesting to see a very similar setup coming out from FaZe, except this time it's Kerrigan and Rain on catwalk, and this time they both have FAMAS, not M4s. Easy entry for Keto. And Tizian watching the flank. This round should be over. There should be no way FaZe gets back into this, because you certainly are not going to retake 3v5 just from the A ramp. You need to have some kind of catwalk flank coming in, and there's no chance of that happening as long as Tizian's alive.
Yeah, all he has to do is post up and just wait for it here. So 15th round looking very near impossible right now for the FaZe side of things. Although they find him with ease. Okay, I would have thought at least he would have taken one of them with him, but he's still going to get some good information. Smoke is up regardless, and things are looking good. Oh, a boost to counter the boost on the other side, and they're going to keep spraying. Twist goes down. Great first half on the side. A big 8-7 in their favor. I mean, FaZe could have had so much more if they would have kept on that win streak a little bit, because, again, the big economy was looking really rough at some points here, but they turned it around.
Yeah, this is an awesome half from Big. I really like it. They obviously came in with a really cool game plan at the start. I love that tactic of getting Keto over to the Gandalf boxes. That's absolutely magnificent. A 4-round streak to end the first half from Big. What a statement. 8-7. 18 kills on Keto in the first half alone. That's the stand-in.
Yeah, that's well, you know, sometimes if you're a stand-in, that's your opportunity to really show everyone, you know, you're like, I'm out here.
You're playing for a contract.
Exactly, you know. Kerrigan has got
double dinked.
Yeah.
Double gooshed, double wrecked.
He must have been, right? Because that was just otherwise one bullet, didn't see the first one even land.
I think he got shot in the head and then shot in the chest.
Something like that. Tizian down here looking for slight bit more action. Not been the best game for him yet. He's got about 5 kills to his name. Searson wanted to take a peek. Tabson's out hunting, and he's going to find at least one person looking his way. Doesn't have to overcommit to it, but he's feeling that hot hand right now. Good couple of headshots, and it's all worth it in the end. I was going to say, even 1 kill and backing off is still devastating to FaZe, but fair play. You got a cool double there. Yeah,
it's devastating to FaZe, but 2 is way better than 1. Nicely done from Tabson. The funny thing is, he pushed all the way up Catwalk to make that play, and when they eventually do actually checking for a long flank, and that's how they spot Tabson. Still able to get a couple of kills, though. This is Big's map pick, and they're obviously very well prepared on it. Up 2 rounds against FaZe.
Searson down in the middle. No real challenges yet. Only Glocks and no armor on the other side, so should be a fairly easy cleanup kind of round here. Started to build a sizable lead on the Big side.
Yeah, this round's got to be all about bank as well for Big. You want to build up an economy that's going to allow you to kind of buy for the first 5 rounds of this second half. Don't lose anyone here, especially against unarmored Glocks. There's not even a deagle on the board.
Yeah, having a little bit of a meeting in the middle of the round now. FaZe talking it over, figuring out exactly what they want. Probably not so much in this round, but, you know, maybe just a quick conversation about what's a good strat to call when we actually do have the rifles. I think that's always interesting. I mean, they're not that far behind, but when you finally do get rifles on board, right, do you just want to test out your defaults to see how that works, or do you want to go for some wild calls out of spawn, you know, like a quick B split, or even just a B rush or something like that? Like, you test out the default. If that doesn't work, then you don't have that many choices left after it, right? So sometimes it could be fun to try some of the slightly crazier stuff, and then you can always go back to the default stuff in the middle of the second half if it goes that way. So curious to see how FaZe is going to play it.
Well, they better show us something special right out of the gates here. 5 AK-47s on the board, plenty of utility stacked up as well. They've got the entire playbook open to them.
No,
and they still have a round where there's 2 SMGs and the scout on Searson as well. Timeout called by Big, just to make sure they're going to get started their second one of the map. Just making sure that this second half is going to start exactly the way they would like. And you can't really fault them for that one. I mean, it's kind of cool. We usually see timeouts called when there's moments of panic or moments of problems or issues. This one is just preemptively getting in front and trying to make sure those problems do not actually occur.
Yeah, before things spiral out of control. That's it's not a bad move, I reckon. Lot of conversation going on. Yeah, here's Tizian, who's, I mean, I think both in the semi and the quarterfinals, Tizian had some really amazing games. So the fact that he's, I mean, 8 kills is not the end of the world, but I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to hear a lot more from Tizian in some of the upcoming maps, because yeah, he's been playing pretty well lately. And that could be a nice way for Big to, you know, to secure maybe this map if he can get into play here at the second half. Keto, that's a wild position to have. He has got his back turned to upper mid. You see Brokey, whoa,
oh,
he spins
Lord.
around. I was going to say he's surely dead, but somehow he just, I don't even know how he knew, but he did. Double kill for Keto, doesn't even get touched, and finally he's going to go down to Twist, but it's way too late here. Twist trying to fight his way back in a 1 versus 5, and oh my god, stop challenging him right now. He is out of control. What a triple And yeah, now they're going to slow it down. Now they realize this is too much.
That is the classic mother of all F-ups, just continually challenging in a 5v1, 1-by-1. You gave Twist essentially just a death match in middle of Dust 2. He has just chewed them up, and now, I mean, these two guys got to be scared out of their minds. SMGs, you're split across the map. You have no idea where Twist could have gone at the moment. He's just waiting for a reaction that's not coming, but there's no way for these guys to work together. And in this situation, when you've just watched 4 of your teammates get deleted, how do you make the courage to make a move? How do you build it up?
But you've got to surely be thinking at this point, the best thing that can happen is that he doesn't have time to check everything, and eventually he'll have to make a run for it, and all you have to do is stand in a corner and wait. Which is not that far away from happening. 20 seconds. If he goes this way, he's going to be completely circumnavigating them. He's down through CT spawn. They're now crunching the middle a little bit. Oh, this is so good. 10 seconds. He has time still. He can make it. If they were close by right now, he'd be dead and it'd be over. But he's just going to duck down up on Catwalk. It's a nice move from Tizzy, and he's going to make the jump down. And yeah, they should probably team up for this one. Don't fight him one at a time. Twist now. Back into a 1 versus 2 from a 1 versus 5, and they boost up. He gets the headshot on 1, and there's a jump. That is dangerous. He's down to 1 health in a 1-on-1, and Tizzy, and he's got all the health in the world. This has to be a headshot for Twist, and he can't get it. It's close, but it's not close enough.
That's such a valiant effort from Twist. What an impressive round from him. A lot of mistakes from Big that he capitalizes on. What a heroic round that would have been to win. Brutal way for it to go down, but I mean, that's a lot of economic damage at the very least, which doesn't feel like much of a consolation prize if you're Twist at the moment, but man, what a beautiful display.
Absolutely. And it's by the time they realize, I mean, the first kill, fine, maybe for Keto, he was already having a great round, but second and third happened quick.
I think that even Searson's position on ramp, I think that's okay. It's the third one when your teammate goes down, just get back on Catwalk. Just fall way back. There's no reason to take that fight. You had no one close by. That's a round that only really Twist can provide in that fashion at the very least. Searson's got the op out, missed spam through the door on the pin smoke.
Nade doesn't really do much of anything there. 4-round gap. It's not a huge amount right now. But FaZe are, they're lacking a couple of things here. Khalil, Deagle there on Twist as well. They need some round wins to start to build up their own economy. Close up is Crimbo over at the B-bomb side. Yeah, look at how far in he is. Trying to get that information. Sensing if anyone is out there. Going to be putting a little bit of pressure on the Catwalk. That might be Crimbo's chance to go and see what's actually happening. Flash to set it up for Searson, looking over the car, and he wants to find the angle, but Rain opens it up, taking down Tamsin, and they're just hiding in the smoke. Searson, he can't see much of anything. Tizian, though, he's got a slightly better vision there, and now they're starting to shut it down. Just more backup showing up, and that was a long, drawn-out fight. Maybe a little bit too long for FaZe. If they win those battles, then it's okay if they're slowed down, but when they can't hit the shots, then yeah, more and more people from the big side just keep showing up.
Yeah, it's Searson really slowing them down. The fact that he was able to survive on top of Car, they couldn't find him inside the smoke, and that's just giving Tizian just constant repeaks. There went Tabson. Keto finds Rops in middle, but Searson up here, even with like 6 missed shots, I mean, that might be an exaggeration, but let's say 3 or 4 missed shots, still able to have the time to eventually connect and land them as they try and cross over. Twist with the scout is going to eat a grenade for his troubles. Another deep nade up middle, and ooh, he took some damage from that one as well.
There we go. Twist down and out.
Tell you what, Anders, these big players are looking on point at the moment.
They are. I mean, and this is, you said it earlier, it's a good match for a potential upset. Definitely look like it right now. They're so drilled in. And I mean, I think this is the story of Big throughout this tournament, and maybe even before the tournament, but their level of preparedness for their opponents is so high. They had one of those ridiculous games, which was that on Dust 2 as well, where they just had like an almost perfect half where Tamsin just made all the right calls.
Yes, that was on Dust 2 also.
So yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, feeling super comfortable at the moment. Rop's alone at the bomb, so if Crimbo gets this kill, round's over. Oh dear.
Well, Rain picks up one of them. A little bit careful here. Crimbo. Oh, what a turnaround. He wants to go for it. That's really important right there. If he goes down just being traded, still probably a 2-on-3 at that point in time, and there's a real good shot that they could be in some trouble, right? Because they also give away the rifles. Now it's on Rain, 1 versus 2, but about 30 seconds, and the bomb's still quite far away. Got to walk into Searson and eventually go down. So kind of a close round, but they have the money to sustain that kind of a loss pick. They can still rebuy everything. And FaZe, no bomb plant. The round loss bonus is going to help them out, but they're starting to get quite far behind here. 6 rounds behind Big right here.
This is actually a crazy save from Crimbo. This is a massive round for him. He gets that first opening kill, but once Rain finds Keto inside the site, Crimbo's in so much trouble. What a good spin to find Brokey as well. 6-round lead, and FaZe have not put a single T round on the board.
Yeah, who could have seen that coming? Rain, though, good opening. The flashbangs are everywhere, and he's going to go down afterwards, so nice little fight there. Tabson, he's ready. He can't, I don't think he could have seen much there, but he's still got the kill on Robs, just shooting into the debris from that nade. And that means they win the long fight and shut it down. 4 versus 3 right here. And I don't know, FaZe, I'm not expecting them to struggle this much on the T side of Dust 2, but they certainly are.
Yeah, they have really had a tough time finding some solid openings to allow them to utilize all their skill and all their intelligence to lurk across the map. Rops hasn't had a whole lot to say because not a whole lot of success has occurred early on in the rounds for FaZe. Twist, gonna lead the way out middle. Tabson close, that's gonna give it up with that Molotov. Twist just gonna spam, looking for the kill. He's got him down low. Oh, and he burns. Now you just have a sole defender of Crimbo. Can he play the hero one more time? That's the bomb on the ground, and Kerrigan as well. Perfect from Crimbo inside of the B bomb site in back-to-back rounds.
Rock solid defense, you're absolutely right. He had a bit of a quiet game as well, but last couple of rounds have made up for it entirely. Brokey, every missed shot, it gets a little bit worse. Searson will finally take him down, but even if not, Searson actually held his gun back and just didn't try to go for the fight until one of his teammates was coming in from middle. So either way, they would have been able to revenge that. Yeah, this is the beginning of the fight, but the fact that they managed to trade this 2 for 1 is absolutely huge. What a second half for Big. His defense is looking unbeatable right now. Yeah, 14-7.
Yeah, this is wild. Didn't expect this kind of a beatdown today. And this is the thing that worried me so much about FaZe at this event was I don't know. I think the conversation players will have was that this might not hurt them so much, but I mean this has got to have an impact certainly if you just get shut down like this against Big, leading into Cologne. Twist gets an important trade kill. You'll never expect Tizian to still be here. 2 for 1 again at long. Nothing clean for FaZe in this map so far.
They've had to fight every step of the way, and you're right. I mean, this is the level of preparedness here for Big is just so impressive that FaZe must be a little bit worried too. It's like they've really figured out how we're playing on this map. Keto, that's a lot of noise being made, and maybe a little bit too early to try and run for that one. Robs hears it, going to spin around and take the FaZe right off him, and now he's just hiding on the other side of the smoke. And if he comes through on this right-hand side, he's going to be seen on the ground. The shadow will show, so Robs is going to have a big advantage. Yeah, he's going to get him no matter what. And that's it's kind of late to put a it's kind of late to put a stop to this avalanche that's coming their way, but I guess they have to give it a shot right now.
Yeah, I wonder if Rops actually saw something on his screen around the edge of that smoke that we just didn't see on the observer PC, or if he just kind of guessed because he obviously knew there was a gap on that right side of the smoke, right side from his perspective, stage right. Tizian up over the top, gets to keep the AWP in hand, but FaZe put their first T round on the board.
Better late than never and all that. We've got plenty of platitudes, I'm sure, but right now they need a little bit more than that. Twist is up there at 21 kills, so he's having himself a great game. That can match up against Keto right now. Rain is making a little bit of noise, but yeah, the rest of them behind Twist are just really, really far away. So someone's going to have to step up to the plate here. Searson looking for a challenge. Not at all worried right now. And they don't have an AWP to really fight back. Brokey's going to be denied that for the minute. And Brokey hasn't had the kind of impact that I feel like we normally see out of him with the AWP. So maybe that's another topic to think about. Searson's been playing just as well as he has throughout the tournament so far.
Rain said he's making a little bit of noise. And there it is, a nice little double goosh with the M4 through the corner of the wall. Mostly a save round for Big. They have the op that they kept in hand from the previous round. Again, with a big lead like this, Big can play a smart economic game as well. They've got rounds to give up if they need to. After what, a 6-round streak to start this map, they're actually lose one round and then forced back onto just pistols.
Yeah, that's maybe a huge gift to FaZe, surely, that it works out this way. If they could just avoid Searson, which it seems like they currently are, they should be home free. Although the 5.7s are pretty powerful if you can get up to this kind of a range, but that play was read real well. They were not surprised at all, and now they're setting up enough nades to pretty much lock anyone out of this bomb site. Tabson going to be found. Very, very patient play for FaZe to make sure that they're not making any mistakes here. And Searson going to get caught in the middle. That's even better. So, Keto now, 1 versus 5. And that's, like everything about this round from FaZe, there was a lot of focus to make sure they didn't screw anything up.
Yeah, you need it when you're down 8-14 at this point. Looks like they kind of want to, they're getting a little bit frisky, a little interested in hunting down this final weapon, but it's just a deagle, so no huge deal. Brokey has swapped out for the op that they took up off Pride out of Searson's cold, dead hands.
Well, you put it like that, then, you know, that's, they're going to oblige, you know, they're going to come for it.
Yeah.
Brokey. Let's see. Stolen AWP. That's still going to be enough. Should be good enough for him to have more of an impact. 8 kills. He's bottom of the scoreboard right now. He's on the T side. This is where, yeah, you can move around and have a real impact. I really want to see that out of Brokey. And normally we've seen Brokey so far. He's been taking every fight. Like even in the most crazy scenarios, I've seen Brokey just run in for the battle. So I want to see that back. Try and take some of this momentum away from Big, because they're 2 rounds away from winning Dust 2.
Winning that first map in the Grand Final series. Next up would be Nuke. Dust 2 that we're on right now is Big's pick. Nuke would be FaZe's selection. Good opening kill from Searson off Catwalk. Twist walks right into it. Brokey comes out next to keep Searson pinned down. I doubt he's going to get a second look at that peak.
Yeah, probably not. And Searson just falling comfortably back to the next angle. That is maybe a risky jump if you go too high right there. Brokey trying to be ready, but Keto, they run into the second hottest player on the team right there in the middle, and he is just so lightning fast. So 5 versus 3 in this round, and they haven't really got anywhere on the map. Tizian jumping all the way down. I don't think they expected. They might have heard the steps, but I don't think they thought he would keep running like that. And now it's on Kerrigan, 1 versus 4, and they're just already hunting. Big are just, they smell the weakness right now, and they want to kill FaZe on this one before they even get a chance to start up.
Yeah, what a cool mid-push to have from Tizian. Double kill for him over the top, and now Tabson's going to push out long, keep Kerrigan boxed in. Keto and CT Spawn is going to hear these footsteps the whole way. Doesn't need to push through the Molotov. He's just, relaying information over to his teammates. They're going to get in position for the retake. A 3-on-1 for Kerrigan.
You even do. He's got 1 HE. That's not going to be helpful. You need the headshots, and it's not going to be against Keto. 24 kills to put Big at 15 rounds in the opening map of the Grand Finals. They are just, they're locking this down right now. Jason, you predicted them to pick this up, but surely
I know
this is a little bit wild, isn't it?
Yeah, although, I mean, we've said that, I think, through every match that Big has, won throughout these playoffs that we've casted. Each time, it's like, oh, this is a little bit crazy. We didn't fully expect this one. So, I mean, at a certain point, it's got to just kind of click in, and we know what level they're going to come with. And, I mean, just the strength that they've shown getting to this point has been super impressive to me. But yeah, I mean, this level of kind of a blowout and this dominant of a CT side on Dust 2, kind of neutralizing everything that FaZe has tried to do on the map, has been really, really impressive. Far and above what I expected.
Yeah, but we'll take it. It's a good way to be surprised. Nice to see Big showing some action. I mean, they're going to be playing on home ground soon enough, so you want to see them come up with a lot of strength here. Oh, okay, I don't even know what to say. No scope headshot up close with the AWP to take down Rain. Is it worth it? Probably not, but it is cool.
I think it was worth it in the sense that he wasn't getting away. Molotov landed behind him, and he knew he wasn't going to fall back. So at that point, your mind has to shift, right? His entire goal is to get 1 pick with the op and fall back, use maybe a smoke to cover your retreat through double doors. But when that option's denied, It's just focus on the one kill, and whatever happens after that happens. Tizian behind the door, MP9 a little bit too weak to get the first kill. Off peeks out, there's the M4, it goes down as well. Good trade from Twist, we're into a 2-on-3.
It's a very, very wide swing for Tabson. When you're in that deep, there's no way out. 50 seconds, and again, FaZe are trying to slow it down just enough to see what on earth Big are trying to do here. Still Searson on that AWP, and Crimbo, he's been given permission to leave the B bomb site finally. He's been locked in there for a while. Going to be hanging out in middle. Now, they have smokes for the cross, so they should be able to avoid that AWP of Searson. Did they have one or two? Oh, I think they have a second one. I want to say. Yeah, one already down, and Robs has another one, so they're going to be okay. Should be able to make the cross here, unless Searson just gets ridiculously lucky on the timing, but that usually doesn't happen. Out long as well they go. Crimbo going to pick up a kit if he didn't already have one. Oh, and the timing is amazing. Before the bomb is even planted, going to turn it into a 2-on-2, and now... does he want to swing for it up against the AWP? No, Brokey, he's too quick for that one. Going to be a nice return. Searson comes in with a huge vertical flick, and does he want to go for the jump? He does! Brokey takes him down. Oh, man, what a ridiculous couple of no-scopes in this round.
What a difficult prospect for Crimbo out on long to get that first kill and then know you have to go up against Brokey's op that whole way. That's a really tough one to manage. This is that initial kill from Keto. No escaping that. They knew he was there. Tizian couldn't get anything done. Tabson 1 for 1. Searson almost makes a clutch out of this. Almost makes it happen with his shot up over the top onto Twist. Just the jump. The jump for information. You already knew he was going to be there, and Brokey was ready for it the whole time. Back to pistols for Big. 5 rounds left to get a single win for the map.
It looks so eminently doable right now. But, I mean, if it goes into overtime, FaZe is certainly going to be a little bit more alive in that. Feeling the pressure, a little bit of a push coming in against the AK, but ultimately a lot of damage onto Rain, but not quite the kill. Even Keto struggling a bit. The tags, the aim punch is too much. So nobody dies. Good recovery. Looked like it could have been dangerous, at least losing maybe 1 or 2 players there, but they managed to hold on. 11 to 15, down to 4 shots now for Big, but they're going to have some more money to work with, so I guess that's an upside. Wow. I can't believe that he managed to live through that.
Yeah, that was, yeah, he got a little fortunate there, didn't he? Well, guns back in the hands of Big. Famas on Tizian, but that op is in Searson's hand once again. Rob's going to make the jump around. Tizian just going to spam the smoke. He's got to be careful on his timing of when he chooses to fall back. And he's giving it up early. So over to catwalk control while long is taken from FaZe, and Big is going to take this opportunity to say, you know what? That's a lot of resources you're spending at long A. We're going to shrink the map. We're going to clear out upper dark. You probably have nobody here. And now this puts a timer, a clock on FaZe's round.
Yeah, it'd be very hard to find Rain the way that he's positioned up there in middle, but even just knowing what's coming could definitely be nice for that A defense. They have 3 HE grenades right now on the Big side. It's not a lot, but if everyone from the T side is going to be stuck up on that ramp near the A bomb side, that could still be a powerful position to nade them out. Tabson, yeah, he's thinking about it. That Molotov doesn't really do much of anything. Keto is right down there, and the timing is great for it. Into the Molotov he went, and Carrigan never really comes back out either. 4 versus 5 here. 50 seconds still left. Rain going to be catching Keto, trying to press this issue a little bit too much, but there is still a player coming in from top mid. That might be the end of Rain. Indeed, it will be, and that sets it up. Now they've got no choice, FaZe. They have to go for it. They have to win this 3 versus 4, or they're going to lose the opening map of the grand final. And Robs, he is looking for it. On top of the smoke, going to try and set up a Molotov. That does land and maybe buys them a little bit of time if they could take down Tizian, but he's fighting back, and he did a fair bit of damage as well to Twist, so they're not out of the woods yet. A missed shot from Searson, a rare sight these days. No bomb plant, and still 18 seconds on the clock. And how do they create the space now? They don't have any more nades or anything, so this is going to be tricky, and now they're relocating Big in the middle of the whole thing.
Oh, this is ambitious, especially with Brokey's op position to watch long. This is a tough reposition that might lose them the round.
Yeah, unless they don't realize Searson's down there with him, they might think that it's only one of them that went running, so we'll see if it's going to be a surprise. Brokey's down and out of the round, so maybe it was. Twist in a 1 versus 2. He gets one, and the spin is there! Oh, he is so crisp on this Dust 2 map. What a save from the Canadian.
Yeah, that's the clutch he didn't get earlier in the 1v5. That's the winning moment for him. What a brilliant time to bust that out if you're Twist. FaZe have a real chance of closing the gap and forcing overtime. Just 3 rounds back. This was crazy. I don't care how good you're playing, Keto. That's way ambitious. They could have used that body at the end of the day, but I am surprised Big in a 3-on-2 gave up so much space. All that time for the long reposition. And beautiful shooting from Twist.
Yeah, but that surely is that's one of those plays you make exactly because you're playing so well, right? You just feel like this is it, you know, we're doing it. But gotta be careful, because that can actually come back to haunt you at the end. And there's Keto gone down. Again, we're back to the pistols on the side of Big. And FaZe, I mean, the next 2 rounds, obviously, from Big are going to be all-ins for whatever they have, but it might be limited on some of the weapons here, so this could actually be interesting. Oh, Big. They're not going to forgive themselves if this goes into overtime, especially not if they lose the overtime.
Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be painful. And I don't know, like a loss like that, when you have all the information, when you have such a huge advantage, that's deflating if you're the big team. Especially giving up that clutch to Twist with some stunning shots. Crimbo's going to go down last, 15-13. As you said, the next 2 rounds from Big is buy everything they possibly can. 2 more chances on Big's map pick for them to take away map 1. Ooh.
Yeah, that's got to be the game plan right here. Let's see. They can afford an AWP if they wanted to. I think Crimbo could drop it over to Searson if they want to. So they have something to work with. But I don't know. I'm measuring the level of hype that's going on here, Jason, over on the Twitch chat, because you can tell when Big are winning. Just a lot of German gets spammed in the chat, and then the rest of the time it's just the regular copy pastas. But once Big start winning, it all just turns German at once. So there's a, you know, just in case you were interested, you know, trying to interpret the chat there.
Perfect, thank you.
Maybe you want to learn a little bit of German too.
I know a couple things. I think what I need to know to get by.
Okay.
For my 2-week, my yearly pilgrimage. Ooh. Well, it's getting from bad to worse. This is why you got to put him away when you can. All of a sudden, a 5-on-4 as Rops picks off Crimbo on the cross.
Yeah. Do you know Scheiße? Because that's
Scheiße is one of my favorites.
It's a great word right there. Crimbo probably pulled that one up right there. Setting up for the nerdy smoke is Brokey. And yeah, not the best start to the round for Big. You know, the upside is, Jason, if you learn German, you're pretty much 50% of the way there learning Danish as well. So it's a 2-for-1 deal, nearly.
I'd rather learn like Icelandic than Danish.
Listen, they teach Danish in Icelandic schools. So
Ugh.
I'm making the case. We own the North Pole. Think about it.
Yeah, you guys really controlling the world.
We're on top of it, maybe you might say. I mean, we're in space, so top doesn't mean anything, but you know.
Yeah, true. I was gonna say it was nice to have Big doubled up at long, but Jabson's gone all the way back towards the A railing because it looks like this will be a split towards the A bomb site. Although Rain is investigating middle and showing a mid to be split.
Look at the
good
clock.
Kill from Searson. Yep, 30 seconds left. Here's the move out long.
This is so sketchy. They don't have time. Now the bomb is alone with... I think they might have lost the round. I don't think they can go anywhere. This is so crazy. Twist has to win this fight right here and right now. Otherwise, the round is done. Yeah, that was the bomb coming up second. 15 seconds on the clock. Grenade comes in. Brokey trying to make a run for it. He's just running with the bomb out. He just wants to plant it. And somehow they get there in time. How is it possible? They still lose Brokey. And Rob's is going to get shot in the back. And it will be Big with a 16-13 win on Dust 2 to take down FaZe. But man, they lost a lot of control in this last round, but well played on Big side.
Yeah, that really was well played. Also, I mean, I got to give a shout out to Tapson at the very end. That's an easy round with the time running down to feel like you can just swing and take that fight. If he does that and gets picked off by Brokey, a real chance. If he commits too much to stop